In 2020, something strange began capturing the world's attention. In desolate places and bustling cities alike, mysterious shiny columns began to appear. These metal monoliths, sleek and silver, seemed to arrive without warning. No explanation, no fanfare. Their presence felt almost otherworldly, igniting debates, theories, and countless questions across the globe. Were they mere art installations placed by secretive creators? Messages meant to convey a hidden meaning? Or were they something entirely beyond our understanding? Join us as we delve into the story of the so-called shiny columns, a modern-day enigma that left scientists, skeptics, and curious minds scratching their heads. Let's start at the very beginning. The first column. It was November 2020, deep in the Utah desert. A team of state officials was conducting an aerial survey, flying over the sprawling canyon landscape, when something caught their eye. Among the sandstone formations in this vast, untouched wilderness stood a shimmering metal monolith, nearly 12 feet tall. How did it come to be in such a remote location? There were no signs of transport, no tracks in the sand, and no clues to indicate how long it had been standing there. The researchers were baffled, and when they shared their discovery with the world, so was everyone else. Speculation swirled. Was this some guerrilla art project? A signal from extraterrestrial beings? A portal to another dimension? The mystery deepened when the Utah column disappeared just days later, as silently and inexplicably as it had arrived. But that was just the beginning. Weeks later, across the Atlantic Ocean, the shiny column returned, this time in Romania. Near the ancient fortress of Piatra Neamț, locals stumbled upon another eerily similar structure, rising from the rocky ground. The resemblance to the Utah monolith was undeniable. But why Romania? Why near this specific historical site? Some believed the columns were part of a deliberate pattern, a series of connected markers spanning the globe. Others speculated there were symbolic ties between the columns and the areas they appeared in, almost as if they formed coordinates for some larger purpose. Just like in Utah, the Romanian monolith caused a stir, leading to debates, conspiracy theories, and even whispers of extraterrestrial involvement. And again, just like the Utah column, it eventually vanished without a trace. The world was intrigued, yet no closer to answers. Little did anyone know, the shiny columns were about to step out of the wilderness and into the heart of one of the most populous areas in the United States, California. Fast forward to December 2020. People commuting along a busy highway near Atascadero, California, couldn't believe their eyes. Another monolith, dazzling in the sunlight, stood proudly on a hillside near the highway. This wasn't a remote desert or an ancient fortress. It was right in the thick of civilization, placed where it couldn't be ignored. This shiny column's urban debut sparked even more questions. Was the change in location deliberate? An effort to make these mysterious creations more visible? Or a stunt to grab headlines amidst the global frenzy? As cars slowed down and onlookers debated its meaning, theories grew wilder. Was this part of a social experiment to test public reaction? Was someone documenting how people interacted with these silent, immovable objects? The California monolith stayed the course of its predecessors, drawing curiosity, sparking investigation, and disappearing abruptly, leaving behind nothing but speculation. If there was any place on Earth suited for spectacle, it was the City of Lights. The shiny column materialized on Fremont Street, an iconic thoroughfare known for its neon signs and vibrant nightlife. Its sleek and modern presence almost fit with the surrounding chaos of colors and flashing lights. But it still seemed to stand apart, as if signaling something nobody could fully grasp. Was the Las Vegas column simply part of a carefully orchestrated art project meant to blend spectacle with intrigue? Or did its placement among flashing billboards and tourists indicate something deeper? Perhaps a reflection on society and the fleeting nature of attention. Whatever its purpose, the monolith in Las Vegas took on a life of its own. But much like the others, it disappeared before people could fully unravel its secret. Months passed, and in March 2021, the strange saga continued, this time in Wales. High on a remote hillside, far from any city or major landmark, locals discovered yet another column. Its tall, shiny frame seemed almost alien against the natural landscape, its presence unsettling in its stark contrast to the rich greenery. Why here? Why would someone preserve this bizarre phenomenon in such an isolated location? Was it meant to escape attention, or had it been placed with the knowledge that curious hikers would eventually stumble upon it, continuing the cycle of speculation and discovery? The Whales column closed the chapter on the phenomenon for now, but the questions remained. Who was behind them? What was their purpose? And were they simply art? Or did they hold a message we had yet to decipher? Eventually, the mystery began to unravel. Or did it? Explanations emerged that the columns were the work of various anonymous artists inspired by each other's creativity. Some believed the installations were meant to provoke thought about art, the environment, and the unexpected in everyday life. Others saw them as a social experiment, testing how humanity responded to the unknown. But the truth remains hazy. For every straightforward explanation, there's still a lingering sense of the uncanny. Could these columns really be art? Or were they signals from another world? Markers placed here deliberately by someone, or something. Were they meant to challenge us, to push us to question the reality around us? The shiny columns left us with more questions than answers, and perhaps that's the point. Whatever their origin, they invite us to wonder, to imagine, to believe that the world is still full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. So, what do you think? Were they just artful illusions? Or could they be something greater? A message from the cosmos? Or a puzzle still waiting to be solved? The mystery continues, and only time will tell.